Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for episode 3 of our FM23 beta save with Newcastle United. And today we are going to be facing Crystal Palace in the FA Cup third round and then Leeds in the Premier Division. You can see we are all the way in January. We're trying to advance and get into the meat of the season, I guess we would say. And you can see as well, since that last episode where we lost against Brighton and Everton, we have had quite a rough start. We did manage to get a win against Brentford, but we then lost in the Carabao Cup second round against Nottingham Forest. We've got wins here and there, so we won against Chelsea, but then we lost against Bournemouth, we lost against Manchester City before winning against Leeds, who we will be facing today. Got absolutely battered by Wolves, and then we have gone on a bit of a good run. We have changed formation, which we'll have a look at in a minute. In fact, we went 3 games here on the trot without conceding at all. We then had a really poor November. We then went away, of course, for the World Cup. If you're not following me on Twitter, you should as well. I'm sharing bits just about who won the World Cup, managers that are getting sacking and new managers getting appointed, stuff like that. So that's always interesting. But in recent times, we have won 4-1 against Manchester United in December. We then beat Nottingham Forest 5-3. But then we lost 6-1 against Liverpool. Some of that was due to the fact that we made all our substitutions fairly early, and then Fabian Schär went off with an injury, which definitely didn't help us. We have moved to a 4-2-3-1 as well. It does seem to be working a little bit better than that 4-3-3, which we have still got loaded in, but this does seem to get us a few more goals. It's not bad defensively either. We're also going to have a look at some transfers we're doing. We can see here we still have a couple ongoing. They might happen within this episode, but we got given some more money in January. I think it was in the region of about £50 million the board gave us as a transfer budget. We have brought in some more players. We brought in Zalewski, who came in on deadline day back in September. He's not had a bad start to life in the Premier League. We can see 12 appearances in the league with 3 goals and 5 assists. So a decent start from him. He's got some really good potential on him as well. I haven't looked at any Wonder Kid lists yet, but he is showing up as a wonder kid as well, so hopefully he's a good one for the future. This was a predetermined transfer, so I'm guessing this is one that happens in real life as well. Kuyol, I believe that is an Australian under 21 striker who was already an agreed transfer to happen, I guess, once he turned 18 when we started the save. So not one I have done, but one that has happened. We've then brought in Florian Thauvin, a French. He says he's a right winger. We're probably going to be playing as a central attacking midfielder in that advanced playmaker role, which he does fairly well. As we can see, we paid 11.25 million for him, which when you look at his value up here now, he's a Premier League player, I think could be a nice little bit of a steal for us. We've then brought in Alfonso Pedraza, who came over from Villarreal. We met his release clause of 19 million to bring him to the club. I think he's going to be the main left back going forward. Unfortunately, after we agreed the transfer, paid the money, he then got injured. So he joined us injured. He hasn't yet made his debut. And our last one, I thought we needed a new goalkeeper because Nick Pope has been leaky as a sieve. And we've brought in an old favourite of mine, I'm sure many of us who play Football Manager, which is Dominik Livakovic. I think would genuinely be quite a decent signing for Newcastle in real life. We've paid 16.75 million. We're gonna ignore the fact that he conceded 6 on his debut, because actually if you have a look at some of the Liverpool goals, we can kind of see it was due to our defence. I can pick either of the first 2 goals, but we'll go for Mohamed Salah's one originally then, just so you can see what I'm on about what sort of stuff our defence is doing, and also give you an idea of how the match engine is working in Football Manager. We can see here, he passed it out to Burn, who basically just gifts that one to Salah, and then the second goal was much the same, if I remember rightly. That one was for Darwin Núñez, and honestly, I think we can have a look at it. It wasn't exactly the same type of goal, but it was a mistake from our defence, because other than that, we're doing quite well. It was Schär this time trying to turn on the ball, just got tackled by Darwin Núñez, who comes in and slots the ball. So Although he conceded a lot of goals on his debut, I'm not putting this all down to Livakovic. The other problem we have, and again, I think this is an FM23 beta type thing, is lots and lots and lots and lots of injuries. Have a look through at the moment just our unavailable list. It's a little bit mad. We've got Rykic, who is injured. He can't really play at the moment, but he has to be on the bench. We've then got Dan Burn, who are having to start because he's the fittest of our defenders, but he can only really play 45 minutes. Target down here, also injured. He's been out for a little bit of time at the moment. Manquillo is home with a cold. We've then got Almiron, who's out for about another 3 weeks. He suffered a twisted ankle in our match against Nottingham Forest. And then we've got Fabian Schär, who suffered a twisted ankle in that match against Liverpool. I said he hobbled off with an injury after trying to make a tackle. As you can see, our injury list is quite long. It does mean today our lineup is going to be Livakovic, Lewis, Botman, Burn and Trippier. Burn not really fit. We're going to have to start there. We then got Guimarães and Rodriguez in midfield with Zalewski over on the left. Toivin in the middle and Saint-Maximin on the right with Isaac up front. Isaac seems to be doing quite well though. He's got 11 goals for the club now. He's definitely started to come into his own. Obviously, he is new to the league. He's new to the team and new to the league this season. So it might just be it's taken him a little bit of time to sort of embed himself into how the Premier League works, how Newcastle work, etc. Hopefully that's what it is though, and he isn't going to be a bit of a bottle job. Hopefully he's going to be able to embed himself fully into the Premier League and score us lots and lots and lots of goals, because I don't really fancy going and buying another striker if I can help it. Crystal Palace here are absolutely smashing us, at least on shots so far at the start of this match. We can see 5 shots for them and we haven't actually had a shot at all yet. Going to demand more from the team early on, if nothing else, just so we can have a highlight. As long as we've got the ball when the highlight starts, I don't mind what happens in it. Yes, there we go. That's perfect. Livakovic here over to Botman. Going to bring it out to, was that Burn? It was to Burn. Saint-Maximin. It looks like bum. When you see it on the screen, it looks like bum. Trippier here, flying forward, crosses that one into the box. Nothing coming of that one, but we have recycled possession. Out to Guimarães here. He's going to pass that one out very, very wide to Saint-Maximin again. See if we can do something with this. Rodriguez over to Zalewski, but he quite put enough power on that. The other thing that's happened as well is we have recalled Anderson from his loan. So he's actually on the bench today. He was doing really well out on loan, but he gives us a little bit more depth, and my goodness, do we need a little bit more depth. And there's only so many players I can actually buy unless Newcastle want to suddenly dump 200-300 million into my lap, in which case that's fine. I'll rebuild the squad and we're going to win the Champions League in a season or less. But at the moment, you can't bring in that many players. And again, I think it is, by the looks of stuff I've read in Facebook groups and things, I mean, it definitely looks like it's injury thing that is plaguing a lot of FM23 players, and hopefully is sorted out for the full release of the game. Trippier here with a corner swung into the box, but that one is headed away by Crystal Palace and their defenders. Trippier going to get a second crack at it here though, or not, maybe not. He's just going to dawdle a little bit in possession there and get tackled. And now Crystal Palace coming forward. Big ball out wide there for them. Can we stand up to this one? We're a little bit shaky defensively anyway. And today, of course, we haven't even really got our proper defenders in there. We haven't got the players we want in there, definitely. And obviously Burn not being fully fit isn't exactly helpful for us either. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Can we nod that one away? We have, and now Trippier running after that one. He has tackled and regained possession pretty quickly and then given it away just as quickly. That was almost a commentator's curse there. The moment I've said he's regained possession, he's instantly gone, that I don't really fancy it, if I'm honest, boss. I've got to run all the way up the pitch. You want to put crosses in and stuff. I'm not really interested today, and that seems to be a big highlight of our players so far in FM23. Crystal Palace on the attack yet again here. We've just about managed to get away with that one, but not completely cleared it. And Joel Ward is going to score that one. Livakovic conceding his 7th goal in 2 games. I'm beginning to think maybe it wasn't Nick Pope. Maybe goalkeepers are a little bit off in this game, or it's something to do with balls being centered, because I don't think we've ever conceded a cross. But if the ball comes in here into the middle, we're almost guaranteed that we are going to concede it. It is very, very frustrating. And you can put as many instructions as you want. It doesn't seem to stop the ball coming in. Really, though, I feel like we need to win this one today, because I don't think the board are going to be very happy if we go crashing out the FA Cup. And I don't think our better, but still bad form in the grand scheme of things, I don't think if that continues, they're going to allow me to be in the job for much longer. So we're going to take off Zalewski there and bring on Anderson on that left-hand side. Isaac is doing absolutely nothing today. So Callum Wilson going to come in up front. Dan Burn is looking just about okay at the moment. So we're going to confirm subs. We'll give it a few more minutes. Zalewski, as I've done that, has gone running through on goal. Can't get that shot anywhere near on target though, which... it's fine, you're going off. This is why you're coming off, because your rating is awful, because you've been playing awful. And given we're now in the 67th minute, we're going to have to go attacking. We really, really need something out of this match. Anything would be good at this point. Now seeing Trippier is looking pretty tired as well, and we don't want him injured. It's going to bring on Jacob Murphy, who really shouldn't be playing there, but it's better than nothing. Rykic can come in there, and then Joe Wilton, I guess, can come in for Rodriguez. No, we're going to go Joe Wilcock, actually, because I think he's a bit better as a central midfielder on attack. And we've kind of got to do something here. I don't know what it is. Again, it's very hard to know what is tactics, what is the team, the players, and what is like slightly buggy stuff with the beta at the moment. Once again, though, shot there from us, a header, nothing coming of it, and Johnson just gonna lob that one up the other end of the pitch. None of my defenders have even attempted to get to that one, and we have conceded a 2nd goal here. I genuinely will be surprised if we manage to get through this beta without being sacked at Newcastle. I think that might be a very, very real possibility after this match. Because although we're winning, we're so inconsistent as well. It's the you can win 4-1 against Manchester United, and then you can lose to Crystal Palace, and we've just, by the looks of it, given away a penalty. Although at least that on the match engine, that looked very, very soft. It is a penalty awarded for Crystal Palace, and that is realistically, that's game over for us now. That's going to be 3-0 Crystal Palace. Livakovic conceding, what's that? His 9th goal in 2 games. And we're in an absolute crisis here at Newcastle. At least, I mean, if we're getting knocked out of all the cups, at least that allows us to focus on the league. The problem is we're not exactly doing very well in the league either. And like I keep saying, I don't know how long the board are going to allow us to do it. The problem is some of it, like the injuries plaguing us, are ridiculous at the moment. It really isn't very helpful. And there is the dreaded request to have a meeting that you never want to get. You're going to have to attend this meeting with the board. We're not happy with your current performance, and we're considering your position at the club. We would like to know why you think the team have been performing so badly. Hold my hands up and admit that we've not been great. If you grant me 1 more month in charge, I promise things will look a lot better. I think it looks worse since we've played really well, but the form table doesn't show that. We'll give you the benefit of doubt right now, but we need to see results improve sooner rather than later. We believe it's important to stay on good terms with you, so hopefully we can continue to work together to build a positive future for this club. Oh, we have got away with that one there. Looking ahead at our schedule list as well, we've got Leeds, Manchester City, Aston Villa, Wolves, and then Liverpool. I mean, the City and Liverpool games are basically losses before you even start, but we need to win literally everything else. So before we go and face Leeds, a couple more transfers. The first one, a transfer out in the form of John Joe Shelvey, who's gone over to Hoffenheim. we haven't used him a huge amount. In fact, we've only used him for 4 matches because he was out injured for ages. And he's come and just kicked up a fuss because he said he's been at the club too long and wants to leave. So he's gone over to Hoffenheim for 8.25 million. On the other side, on the inside, we have brought in Cole Palmer, just on loan for the season. We're paying a little bit of his wages, but he can cover over as a right winger. And more importantly, he can cover in that central attacking midfielder slot should we need him. And the more squad depth I can get, the better, because people are getting injured left, right and centre. This our lineup today, though. We've got Livakovic in goal, Lewis, Botman, Byrne and Trippier is our back four. Joelton and Guimaraes in midfield. And then you've got Zalewski, Tovin, St. Maximin and Isaac as our front four today. As you can see, though, Dan Burn and Joelton, both of them not quite fully fit. But no one's fully fit. We're trying to bring in a centre-back as well. We did try and sign De Vrij, it would have cost us about £4 million from Inter Milan, which was really, really good. But he has instead decided to go over to Spurs. I don't know why you'd go over to Spurs, but that's what he's decided to do. We have managed to regain possession here and then lose it just as quick. I'm going to stop saying we've got possession because every time I've said it, we have managed to lose it almost instantaneously. I was trying to see the league table as well. Where are Spurs now? They are in 17th. So De Vrij's gone over to a almost relegation threatened Spurs. Oh, now they're 18th. Yeah, I think I would have come to Newcastle. We're not doing well, but we're not in, we're not at risk of getting relegated either. Anyway, corner for us there, comes to nothing. Tovin over on that left-hand side. Can he get across into box? He can to Isaac, who hits the crossbar, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. You can almost feel occasionally the goal coming, and then it just doesn't come. That's the main problem with us. Lots and lots of shots, as we can see here. 7 so far to Leeds 1. Lots of possession. We just don't seem to put the ball away as often as we want. Then we'll have matches, like I said, against Nottingham Forest, fair enough, but against Manchester United, where every time we had a shot, we managed to score. Isaac's nicked it here, though, and has got a shot away. That one's going to be turned around for a corner, which I'd imagine Trippier is going to take here. Can he swing in a decent corner for us to head home? That would be lovely at this point. We really need it. That one's been headed away far as Byrne, who's going to spend too long on the ball. I really dislike Byrne in this game. I have no one else to use at the moment. But come the summer transfer window when I can sell him, guy's got to go, because every time I play him, he dawdles on the ball and costs us goal or possessions or a chance at a goal. He just seems to be a problem, if I'm honest. Joelton into the box here, crossing it into Isaac, who does get his head to it, but once again, it's just floating over. Always rising and not on target. Not exactly what we want so far from Newcastle. I mean, play for set pieces. We say add that, but it's creating chances, but we're not doing anything with them. So I'd rather play from open play, I think, to be honest. St. Maximum here, flying down that right-hand side. Into the box, kind of. Guimaraes now, Trippier, Joelton, shot from range. Goalkeeper gets a hand to it. It's saved the second time. And then Isaac, with a proper poacher's goal, has put it in the back of the net. But obviously, it is going to go to VAR. Kind of understandable on this occasion because that was messy. But the goal is awarded. And we see Isaac finally score a goal in these YouTube videos. Big shot there from Joelton. Zalewski trying to get his goal for this match as well, but instead it is going to be Isaac that pounces to put that one in the back of the net. Goody stuff. We are winning a football match. Lovely stuff, gentlemen. That's what we're meant to do. If we could have another one of those, please, that would be great. Lewis going to scramble back, passing that one back to Livakovic. I see Lewis has got a yellow card as well, and I know there's a highlight going on. I really don't trust it. Isaac trying to get on the end of that ball. He has managed to tackle Cooper and once again is through on goal, but shoots it straight into the goalkeeper's nads. I can only assume that's what that was. Trippier here going to take the resulting corner into Byrne. Hey, Byrne, look, you had You had a chance there to improve your standing with me, because I've just said about how just awful and frustrating you are, and you haven't done it. Yeah, have another go. Trippier into Burn, please. No, it's not happening. Trippier again here. Oh, we almost came close to a second. That was close to a second, but still not enough for us. I feel like we need that second goal. It'd be great if we can get it before half time. That was Burn again. Once again, not managing to get his header on target. Doing nothing here to alleviate my feeling that he needs to leave. I mean, we are dominant now. Look at this. 21 shots, 11 on target. The XG is amazing. We can see from the XG though, 2.72 XG. We have scored one goal that needed to go to VAR because it wasn't even really a clear-cut sort of idea that it was a goal. Trippier here. Another corner. Once again, it's clear. We're doing nothing with these corners. Joe Ilton now out to Lewis. Can we do something? We can't. We're going to pass it all the way back to Livakovic, which I guess is better than conceding possession, but not a lot better. Botman now bringing the ball forward to Tovan into Zalewski, who turns and has a crack at it, but it's not really threatening Leeds too much. Leeds now have a free kick on the edge of our area. That is scary. Every time we see them anywhere near our goal now, it's just scary. Tovin coming back, fulfilling some defensive duties, and now doing his attacking part as well, bringing the ball forward to Isaac, but it is a bit too high for Isaac to get to. He's not exactly known for his heading, I don't think. Not going to outgun a centre-back anyway, at least. Another big ball forward. Botman managing to get his head to that one to prevent Rodrigo getting on the end of it. Zalewski is in on goal. Oh, that was an awful finish. Just an absolutely, like, astoundingly awful finish on that occasion. Isaac the man with the goal. Then the rest of the team, some of them are doing all right. Some of them not so much. I feel like Zalewski at this point, and I'm thinking about substitutions, and Zalewski realistically probably needs to come off. So St. Maximin can actually, no, let's leave St. Maximin that side. Let's bring Elliot Anderson on there. Torvin is doing all right, but I kind of want to have a look at Palmer. So Cole Palmer is going to come on. Do we make another substitution now? We probably should, because Burn is looking tired, so Kick can come on instead. And we are going to see, well, we're not going to see, yes we are, another corner. Trippier taking this one into Botman. Sven Botman has got his first goal of the season off of that corner. We have got ourselves a little bit of breathing room. It's not a lot of breathing room, but it's a little bit of breathing room at least. And there we can see it. Botman just nodding that one home for Newcastle's second goal of the game. Beautiful stuff. We will take that. We have been good for this win as well. You look at the team and you look at the stats and you see how much we have been absolutely dominating this match. Cole Palmer here, his first touches of the ball for the club, and he's cut inside. Oh, he went for glory. He went for glory, and it almost came off for the man. Would have been a goal on his debut coming off of the bench. How lovely would that have been? Not to be, unfortunately. Big clearance there from the Leeds goalkeeper. And now we have kind of regained possession, lost possession, and regained it again. Botman now on the ball, bringing this one forward. Slotting that one nicely into Anderson to Palmer. Palmer going for the absolutely magnificent. And it's not coming off, but he looks dangerous there playing through the centre. That is something to keep an eye on. If he's going to be dangerous there, I am happy to give the lads some game time. I just want players who are capable of actually winning a football match for us. Yavi Manquillo is going to come on for Trippier, who's looking a bit tired. And also, we don't want to get injured more than anything. And who else do we bring on? Let's bring on Joe Wilcock. Let's take off Guimarães. It's just a rotation thing. Guimarães isn't having a bad match. We don't particularly need Wilcock to come on. But what we do need is for Guimarães not to get injured. So we're rotating as much as we possibly can in these matches, especially if we can get a match where we've got a little bit of breathing room like we have today. We have put in a really, really good performance. I'm still slightly concerned by the fact if you look at our XG, 4.15 at the moment. We've only got 2 goals out of it. Livakovic passing that one short to Joelton. Can we go and get another goal before the end of the match? Make it 3. That would be really nice, lads. Livakovic is just happy he hasn't conceded a stupid amount of goals in this match like he has in the last 2. This will be a clean sheet in his 3rd match for the club, and the first time he hasn't conceded at least 3. So I'm sure he's a happy bunny today. Cole Palmer once again here on the ball, over to Sir Maximin, who's going to bring it forward into the box, crosses it to Anderson. Can't keep it down, can't keep it down. Once again, lots of chances like that just going begging where we're not burying them. And really, we should be. Sir Maximin trying to get to that one. Not the best headed ability on that lad either. Manquillo just coming back to sweep up that slightly loose ball before anything can be done with it. Sven Botman now bringing it forward again. We are still attacking, I'll give us that. Like, we're not just sitting back now and going, we're winning 2-0. That's it, job done. Time's up. We are still comfortably attacking, which is good. Lewis, Isaac here. Wilcock brought down in the box. Anderson also brought down in the box. Referee waves both of those challenges away and says there's nothing to them. Not even going to look at it from VAR's perspective. Fair enough. Botman there, just going to get his foot in to knock it back to Livakovic. And that is, for us today, job done. And my job is probably secure for one more day. Where does that leave us in the league? It leaves us in 10th on 29 points. We're not actually miles behind the teams in the European continental spots here. Chelsea, Wolves, Arsenal. We could catch up with any of them. Whether we will or not, that's another thing. But we theoretically could. As I said earlier, we're just having a look forward and we're looking at our fixtures at the moment. There are some difficult ones coming up. Manchester City is up next. We then got Aston Villa and Wolves. Wolves is pretty much, I would say, must win if we're winning the other matches or getting anything out of the other matches, because they're just above us. Liverpool as well, a match we want to be winning, or drawing would be great, but it's going to be a very, very difficult one for us, as you can imagine. Liverpool are always good in Football Manager. Manchester City have this striker, if any of you have heard of him, Erling Haaland. It's quite good, or so I've heard anyway. If you have enjoyed today's video, please do drop a like down below. And if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. There'll be lots of FM23 content coming up over the next few weeks. And one final thing, if you haven't already bought FM23, I would highly recommend you pop down into the description. There is my referral link and my code. Use the code Edworthy at checkout. You do save yourself a bit of money, support the channel. You can get it for just over £32 until the full game releases. So definitely worth doing. Until next time though, guys, thank you for joining me today. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.